Hey guys, welcome to another episode of LJ's Garage. I am sitting in a 2024 Hyundai Tucson Limited. Not only am I going to show you why I like the Hyundai Tucson, I'm going to show you why the Limited is such a great deal. Alright, so let's say you've got your car parked. We're going to pretend this isn't a parking spot. It's off. I'm going to go ahead and remote start it, so I'm going to hold this. Alright, so now that this has been started, let's say that this car was in a tight spot and I couldn't get to it. I'm just going to go ahead and hold the forward on this remote right here so you can see. I'm going to hold this to drive forward just a little bit. And it's moving. You can see nobody's in the car. And it just walks itself forward just a little bit. And then I'm going to stop it right there. And let's say I just need to back it up, holding this button. So you could park the car technically, get out, and then have it back itself into a stall. So pretty nice feature, and it works well. See, as I hit the stop, it stopped. So we'll go ahead and turn this off. And just like that. One of my favorite features, and it's so easy to use. I could teach my grandma how to use this. And if you are someone that's shopping around and maybe you're bouncing around the crossover SUV market and you're like, I don't know what to get, I'm going to tell you this much. Hyundai has been killing it with their SUVs lately, all crossovers, even so much as like the Kona. Hyundai, Kia have been on top of it, and I'm going to show you why. Heated cool seats, you know, all the safety bells and whistles that you can imagine, and a panoramic sunroof. Whew. Look at this thing. Look at it. Look at it. For the price that you get this, you're going to be like, wow. And a warranty? Ooh, LJ is sold. And if you guys aren't, well, prepare to be sold. And if you're not by the end of this, let me know why. Let me know what other SUVs you're considering, or cars, or whatever else. Maybe you're crazy and you're looking at a Raptor like me. But let me know. But we're going to start with specs. We're going to talk about some features on the inside. Then we're going to hop on the outside. So under the hood is going to be a glorious 2.5 liter inline 4-cylinder. It does make about 187 horsepower, along with 178 foot-pounds of torque. So, you know, Civic SI numbers, if I'm right around there. It'll tow a respectable 2,000 pounds, which is right around there with a Jeep Wrangler. You're going to have the option of front-wheel drive or all-wheel drive. And then on top of that, you're going to have an 8-speed automatic transmission. There are a couple other engine options, but today we're just going to talk about the 2.5 liter 4-cylinder. There's going to be the hybrid and the plug-in hybrid, but that's for another video, another time. So something to consider if you are looking for something more fuel efficient and with a slight bump in power because of that electric hybrid motor. So keep that in mind. As far as gas mileage goes, you're going to do 25 city and about 32 miles per gallon in the highway. And if you're thinking 32 miles per gallon isn't enough for you, like I said, there are the hybrid options. But with the gas motor, you're looking at about 350 something miles in city driving and about 400 and something miles of highway range.
2 + 2 is 4, -1, that's 3, quick maths.
If you're a mathematician and you've carried the 1 divided by 2 multiplied by 6, let me know what you would expect to get on a tank of this if you did 32 miles per gallon with a 14.2-ish gallon tank. What are the numbers? All right, as I said earlier, I'm going to start with the inside. So I'm going to grab the camera, rotate it, show you guys the bells and whistles, some of the cool stuff. You know, the stuff that's going to make you feel like you're just better than the other dads or moms or whatever. So, you know, when you pull up to soccer practice or cheerleading practice or whatever your kids do, you're going to be able to feel pretty good. And this Tucson's in a nice blue color, but if I were, you guys shopping, I would get this in, let's see, I like the gray or the black. I don't really like this. Ooh, the white's not too bad. I'll show you guys some of those colors. You can let me know what color you like. All right, so first of all, you're going to notice that the Tucson has this kind of bowl shape. It's kind of ovally, so it curves towards, the driver, and it has this weird, kind of feel. It's different. So when you get in, you're going to notice that. And so that's the first thing that I want to talk about. Steering wheel, nice. Gauge cluster, digital, also nice. On the topic of safety and features, one of my favorite things that Hyundai and Kia do is when you turn on your left turn signal or your right turn signal, you're going to notice that you got these little camera pop-ups right there. So you got a nice little view of your blind spots. Top-notch feature, one of my favorite things, and I wish more auto manufacturers did that. I'm sure in the long term, that's more cameras, more things to fix, but Kia and Hyundai have such a great warranty, I'm not even too worried about that. On the left-hand side, you'll notice you got memory seats, one for him, one for her, one for her, one for her. It doesn't matter. Everybody has a seat for the 2 important drivers in the household. Unless you're a throuple, I don't think there's 3 seats in a lot of other cars, so you'll have to go upscale like a X5 or something. But over on this left-hand side, you'll also see you got your door controls, traction control, interior lighting, dimmer, all of that. Door controls, all standard, nothing to dive into. A couple things to talk about. You'll see that you have your lane keep assist, your radar cruise control. Those things are right there, easily accessible. You do have this programmable button, which is one of my favorite things as well. If you come over to here, when you push that button, you can set it for different shortcuts, whatever you want that little favorite buttons to be. And, you know, it's pretty cool. I turn it to none like this is right now. You also do have another one of these buttons right there. So if I click that little guy right there, you'll see the custom digital button. Set that to another shortcut, whatever you like. So I like it. I like it a lot. All right, so going through this menu is actually surprisingly easy. You've got this little button right here. So when you press that button, it'll scroll through, and at the top you'll see that you've got a little guide to let you know which section of the menu you're in. And then once you're in those menus, you can scroll up and down using this and toggle through these menus with ease. Just enough information to see what you need without it being overkill, and, you know, no complaints, no issues whatsoever. So we'll turn our attention over to the center screen. We've talked about the special fancy buttons. There's no buttons for massage seats, unfortunately, but as I said earlier, heated and ventilated seats at your disposal right there, heated steering wheel, and look at this shifter. It's a little different than probably anything you guys have seen nowadays, but your park, your reverse, neutral, drive. And so if you're someone who likes to rest your hand on the shifter, I'm going to be careful with the hand movements I make here, but you can't really it just feels a little weird. But now, because you have all that space, it's easy to get over, you know, this hump. Let's say you want to hold hands with your significant other. You got a little spot where you can kind of do that. Maybe not on the shifter. I don't know. I'm trying to be romantic. But let's say you're in this screen. Lots of different things to talk about here. So I'll start with quiet mode. That's one of my favorites as well. And so what that does is it only plays music or sound through the front speakers. So if your kids are sleeping back there, you won't have to wake them up. Nice, right? Yeah, absolutely. Then on top of that, you're going to have Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, no surprise there. So the only thing that I want to point out inside of climate is if you go in here, you can go to the rear seats and you can control the rear heated seats for the passengers back there, adjust everything as need be, and then you can go back to the front and you can see everything for the front passengers. There's a couple other options in here, but it takes a little bit of diving in practice. If you don't like any of that, just come down here and you've got all these kind of digital haptic feedback type buttons. I'm not a fan of them, but they're responsive enough and they control everything, you know, just fine. So it's not the worst, not the best. I'm not in love, but again, it's not a deal breaker. I think most people will be just fine with that. So if we go back to the home screen, again, there's a few things. You got maps, we'll talk about that. GPS, special thanks to Jeff Wyler over here in Springfield, Ohio. If you guys are in that area, be sure to stop in. Ask for Dylan, Marcus, Cody. All those guys are awesome. They'll help you out with whatever your needs are, and I appreciate them letting me film here. So we'll go into setup and we'll talk about some more other things. You got your button right there, display, screen layout, all pretty self-explanatory. We're going to go into vehicle. Once you click that, you're going to see all these different things for your driver assistance features. So you've got forward collision avoidance, you've got your lane safety. So if you click on lane safety, it's going to allow you to do your driver assistance. So it does have lane keep assist, but then on the left-hand side, you'll see all these other safety features and plenty of detail as to what everything does. It can be a little bit cumbersome, as I said before, but once you get clicking and, you know, playing around with everything, it's not too bad. Speed limit, same thing. You can set the speed limit assist to make sure that you're not a crazy person going 10 over the speed limit, because who does that? We drive the speed limit here on this channel. You can go into the cluster. You can adjust the different cluster themes. So right now I've got the classic theme. I'm going to hit this to cube. And if you come over here, you can see that. Don't know why you do that, but it's there. We've got different ones, so you keep that there. So you got A, you got B, you got C. I'm gonna go with B. That looks dangerous. I like that. That looks manly and tough. That's really the big stuff to talk about. In here, we can go to seats, seating easy access. The easy access just pushes your seat back, raises the steering wheel up whenever you're about to get in and out. Makes for a nice, easy entrance. Lights, nothing to talk about there. You got a digital key, so you can use that. Convenience, we'll talk about that. Oil change reminders, wireless charging systems. Oh my god, I can't talk today. If you guys can't tell, it's been a while since I've filmed, but I'm back. Another thing you can do in here is you can turn off your power liftgate. You can change the speed of the power liftgate, which is nice. So, like I said, lots to dive into there, but I won't bore you guys with all that. Then down here, you're going to see you have a nice little wireless charging pad, and it's facing that way. So that way you're not distracted when you're driving. So you can just put your phone there, really nice and easy. And it doesn't slide around. It's got a little rubberized mat. And yeah, that's a Galaxy S22 Ultra. So you can see it fits a pretty good sized phone. And then you've got this button right here, which is your drive modes. And as you scroll through, it'll show you on the screen so you can keep your eyes up front. Pretty nice there. You've got what acts as a center locking differential in case you need all of that. You got your stop start button right there. Again, heated ventilated seats, your heated steering wheel. You've got lots of different cameras. So I'm going to go ahead and show you guys these. A couple different views there with all different angles in case you need all these angles. Nice to have, right? Can't complain. Passenger has heated ventilated seats, a couple more charge ports, a 12-volt outlet right there, USB. Over here you've got your glove box, open that up, nothing to talk about there. And otherwise, that's all she wrote. And then we'll take our attention up top. I'll go ahead and open this panoramic sunroof. Look at the speed of that. This is nice, got that open all the way. Boom, boom. Luxury. If you've made it this far, I appreciate you guys staying tuned and enjoying this content. But if you've learned something, enjoyed me, be sure to hit that subscribe button. It'd be nice to have you as part of the team as we grow to 10,000 subscribers. But I am trying to show you guys that this is pretty solid luxury at sub $40,000. So I'm going to show you guys what the easy entrance thing does. So as I open it up, you see I'm sliding, and now it's easy for me to get in and out. Nice, right? So this is the back seat. As I said before, seat set for me 5'9", but it did slide back a little bit just because of the easy exit. So I'm sitting back here, ample leg room for me. And back here, you're gonna have your rear vents. You're gonna have your charge ports. Over here on this door, you've got your heated seat controls right there. 2 levels for whatever bun toastiness that you like. And then here is everything from the front. It looks pretty solid, good place to be, no complaints, the materials are just a-okay. Good enough headroom, 5'9" once again, I have no complaints. As you can see, leg room, I'm good. So if you're a giant, I'm sorry, you'll probably, honestly though, I think someone 6'4" could be all right back here. I'm not a mathematician, I have no idea where I came up with that number, but if you're a tall person, get in one of these and let me know how you fit in the back seat. But as far as if there was a giant up front and a giant in the back, probably wouldn't work out. So get new friends. And this is what everything looks like from back here. Right before I do pop this trunk, I'm gonna go ahead and grab the key. All right, so here's your key. And I'm gonna go ahead and hold this to unlock the trunk. Let that open itself up. But you're gonna see that you got these 2 extra buttons here, your parking assist features, and then your remote start. I'll show you the parking assist here in just a little bit. But let me go ahead and remove this box and show you guys what the cargo space looks like there. Ample room. You do get this nice little cargo cover right here. So, bam, bam. So it hides your cargo, so no one can steal your things on road trips. Good, there. Seats do fold a little bit there. A B, I'm gonna go. And this is what it looks like with the seat folded down, so you can kind of get an idea. But these are just your cargo mats and liners. And then underneath here, you're gonna have a spare tire. But otherwise, nothing crazy. I've got a little outlet right there. Bam, bam. But overall, good amount of space. Reasonable, I'd say. I'll go throw my box back in here. I need to keep a box just for when I do car videos. I could show the size. Get your little Hyundai first aid kit right here. Look at that little Hyundai first aid kit for boo-boos. And then we'll go ahead and close this up right there. And of course, like I said, you can control the speed in case this is too slow. Or maybe this is the fast speed, I don't know. Take a look at the wheels and the overall design. I don't like to dig too much into the design features or give my thoughts on looks, because looks are subjective. This one is definitely not one of those cases where you could say it's a face only a mother would love. I actually do think the Tucson is one of the better looking SUVs on the market right now. And this blue color, not a fan of blue, but I think this car does great in blue. Overall, pretty nice shape. You got your fog lights right there. You got LED headlights. All those things. It's pretty. Of course, you're gonna get keyless entry, so just put your hand in, hit the unlock, close it. You can lock it right there. And it's kind of cool. Hyundai does a good job. You don't even see that little divot right there, but it is there. And just like that, we have walked through the Hyundai Tucson Limited 2024 with all the bells and whistles that most people need in this year. And honestly, more features than most people will probably need for the next 5 to 6 years, honestly, other than self-driving, which this does a damn good job of lane keep assist, all of that stuff. So it is partial self-driving, and this is just the right balance for most people. They're not gonna want the full Tesla experience. This has that. Forward collision avoidance, lane keep assist, lane departure warnings, attention warnings, all of them. It has that. Great warranty, great features, very nice interior. I'm not gonna sit here and say that this is $100,000 worth of luxury at a bargain price, because it's not that. Let's be real here. Materials are a little bit different than you would get. This isn't made from the finest cow leather or whatever. I don't care personally. I couldn't tell you the difference. The only thing that I want to leave you guys with is these are so easy to drive. I mean, they're comfortable, they're great cruisers, very nice for the city, great road trip car, no complaints, nothing that I would really honestly change. 180 horsepower, could be a little bit more oomph, but that's okay. Hyundai has some great motors, the 2.5 turbocharged, those things that really get this thing going, would be nice. And the hybrid ones give you a little bit more of the oomph because you get the assist from the electric motor. So if you want a little bit more power, but also still fairly good gas mileage, consider those. But you won't have any problem getting out of your own way with this. But you're not going to be, speeding onto the highway to bully people out of the merge lane. That's not this kind of vehicle. And after talking about the driving experience, that is all that I actually have to share with you guys on the Hyundai Tucson Limited. So if you're on the market for one of these, definitely check it out. And if you start here on your car hunt, just know that it's going to be hard for anything at this price point to beat this. I'm not going to lie to you. So unless you're looking at like a Sorento or something else, Kia, Hyundai, they've done such a great job with packaging their cars at the price points, and honestly, it's hard to beat. So, keep that in mind. But thank you guys so much for checking out yet another video in LJ's Garage. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, all of those good things, and I will see you on the next episode. Later.